Eric. Appreciate it. So Saturday's game, it was good to get a win. It was great to get our 7th win on the season. Big thing in my mind in that game was that we won the turnover battle, and considering it was really cold out and cold hands and all that stuff, and our guys did a good job taking care of the ball. I thought that was huge. And then it was just an unbelievable defensive performance. Nice to get away from them in the second half and get a big win at home. And Sack's a really good team. They've played well against us the last few years. They blew out Idaho State last weekend. I think they played really well in all 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, kicking. Quarterback's dynamic. Defensive line is a load and hard to handle. I think they're terrific. I think obviously it's a night game in November. Probably be a little chilly, but it should be a good game.
Questions?
Rex, just want to ask you about pitching a shutout. I mean, how gratifying is it to do it? How hard is it to do it this day and age in college football?
Yeah, it's tough to do for sure, and on the defense end, it feels pretty good. It's our first one of the season, and it's a goal we have every single game. So to finally get that, it felt pretty good.
Coach, similar question. Just it seems like it's a very difficult task this day and age in college football. So what went into it on Saturday?
Well, it is. I was sitting here when you asked him that question. I was sitting here thinking I'm going to put Tabes on a research project and see how many shutouts Big Sky teams have had over the last 5 years, the last 5 seasons, and see who's got the most
On it.
But I think probably we do. It's really hard to do. The yardage total is, holding teams to that number. I think that's the lowest total since we held Weaver to 112 or something in the quarterfinal round of the playoffs. So just a really good day by our defense. It's difficult to keep people out of the end zone, and they did it.
I listened to your coach's show Wednesday. You were talking about the various statistics in football and how sometimes some of them are overblown, but it seems like turnovers is an incredibly important statistic for your team.
Yeah, I think all of them pretty much are overblown. It's not baseball, but I do believe that the turnovers and rushing yards given up have a direct effect.
And on that note, how pleased are you right now with your rushing defense? I think you're leading the conference among the top in the country right now.
Yeah, we've played well against the run. I guess gonna get tired of me talking about our tackling, but we tackle well. Guys get off blocks. I think we're really doing the best job we've done at getting on and off the blocks. Obviously, that adds up to good run defense.
Braxton wanted to ask you about the interception and touchdown. Can you just walk us through the play, what you were seeing, and how did it feel to score your first touchdown, and just the reaction you got at Grizz here?
Yeah, absolutely. We were in zone coverage, and I was just getting in my zone, and the D-line, credit to them, they had a great rush. I think it was Gubby that was in Sermon's face, and I just was able to break on the ball, and then credit to guys around me blocking for me, and I was able to take it back to the north end zone. Felt pretty good for sure.
Riley Wilson named the Big Sky Defensive Player of the Week. As you've gotten to work with him, what kind of stands out to you about the work he puts in at practice and just how he's able to translate it to perform on the field?
Absolutely, yeah. Riley balled out on Saturday, and I wasn't surprised, honestly. He's a great player. He's super competitive. He loves playing football. He's got a great speed. He's quick, and I couldn't be happy for him.
Junior, just had a question for you on punt return. I'm just curious, when you're back there fielding a punt, what is it that you're kind of looking at or evaluating in terms of deciding whether to call a fair catch or try to run it back?
Well, I'm mainly just looking at the ball. You got to catch it first, you're going to return it. But you kind of peek down every so often. You kind of know with our scheme us off on return, and if they do their job, then we'll all be able to have some success.
For both the players, and could start with Junior. First time this season, you guys have a ranked opponent coming into your home stadium here. What's the excitement level like for a game like that?
We're always excited to play a ranked opponent. Really test us, and it's nice to have it out in front of all of our fans this time. It's November, it's getting cold. They're going to show out, be loud. We're just excited for all that.
Yeah, like Junior said, it's going to be a cold November game. But whether we play a ranked opponent or an unranked opponent, we approach that week the same way. So we just gotta prepare great all week, and then get ready for a cold game inside the stadium Saturday.
And Bobby, as the calendar's going to shift to November for this game, how do the emotions change for you heading into the final month of the season?
How does what change, Frank?
The emotions?
My emotions are the same every week.
Coach, when it comes to Sac State, start offensively, are they similar to last year, and do they run some of the same stuff, or are they a little bit different?
I'd have to look at last year to refresh my memory, but I can tell you what they do this year. They're a higher percentage 11 personnel, but they'll mix in 12 and 20 and 13, so they've got a pretty broad spectrum in terms of personnel groups. I think the quarterback's a really dynamic player, as I mentioned. He can run it, he can throw it. They've got some big-bodied guys that can catch the ball down the field, and then their rushing numbers are awfully good as well. So they're balanced attack, and they're gonna be hard to stop.
I know they have a tight end who's kind of more like a hybrid guy. What makes him kind of tough to stop?
You talking about Martin?
Martin, 16.
Yeah, he's a good player, obviously. He's got good hands. He can go get the ball. He runs well. Those are all the things that lend themselves to him making plays. He's big enough. He can catch the ball in track. He's getting jostled around too.
At running back, they've gone through a few guys with some injuries, but it seems like kind of the guys that have been playing have stepped up. What do you see at the running back position? And then obviously with them going kind of 11 personnel more, it's not as many, two running back sets as it has been in the past. So what's that like defending that instead of two running backs back there?
Yeah, well, they get to choose what they're going to do Saturday, and they haven't called and let us know yet. So they stick with what they've done. I like their backs. I think they're good players, and I also think that number one, the quarterback with the ball in his hands carrying it is a problem.
Junior, for you, kind of talk about the punts and the punt returns. Obviously, it's a sign of respect when they don't want to kick it to you in that unit. What's that like being back there when sometimes you're hoping for that chance, knowing that hey, you're not going to get one every time though?
Yeah, just gotta be ready no matter what. You don't want to be back there just thinking they're gonna not kick it to you, and then next thing you know the ball's in your hands. So just be ready. You never know when the opportunity's gonna come, and try to make a play when it comes.
And Braxton, for you, kind of what stands out about their offense, and how excited are you for going against that matchup?
Yeah, for sure. Super excited. I haven't had a whole lot of time to watch them yet, just because we've still been on corrections from Saturday and had some school stuff to deal with. But like Coach said, they have a lot of different personnel groups, so it's going to be a lot of different things to manage from defense standpoint. But they're a good team. They got good skill across the board. I already mentioned their tight end. Coach has mentioned their quarterback. So we're just going to have a great week, and we just know that they're a really good team coming in.
First off, Braxton, just what do you think of Riley Wilson's comment about the Highway 1 boys getting it done Saturday?
I thought it was hilarious. I know Coach told him he's never been there. He doesn't know where it is. I've taken him there twice. Just in my defense, I took him Brandon Cattle there. He did know. I don't know why he didn't say it, but I thought it was hilarious. It's fun. Jackson and I are from small towns. And, we just have fun with it.
And
Yeah.
just to see Jackson make that play too, you know, that kind of kickstarted the scoring and got you guys rolling. Just what was it like watching him and make a play like that, and then obviously it set you up later in the game?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, anytime you can score on defense, I think it creates a lot of momentum, not only for the defense but for the offense too. You know, so when Jax got that pick, you know, I was excited for him, and I just wanted to get him in the end zone and celebrate.
And for both players, we kind of talked about this before the Idaho game, but when you see a team like Sac that has beaten you guys the last couple of times, how do you guys maybe temper some of those emotions as far as like not getting too high or too low, keep it the same? How do you guys kind of weather that, knowing they're going to come in here and you guys are trying to get back at them?
I mean, you definitely got to think about it just for motivation, and just, I mean, you're gonna be motivated any game, but you know, just knowing that they beat us the last few years definitely lights a fire under me, and I know lights a fire under the rest of the team. So just knowing that, but at the same time, we got to focus and prepare whatever the game plan is going to be.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing as Braxton. We got to prepare like we do every week. We got a lot of mature guys on this team who they prepare really well. So we just got to make sure we just attack it just like every other week, but just know that we still got a little left from last year.
And Junior, you got to catch Kate Lee's first touchdown pass for the Grizzlies. Just one, can you walk us through that play? And two, just what was it like seeing him get out there and sling it a little bit?
It was sweet seeing him out there. I'd heard that he probably get some action this week, and it was stoked for him. But yeah, I saw the sign or the signal, and saw man coverage, and I knew I had a good chance of getting the ball. And Drew Deck was actually over there as well, and I knew it could go either way. And yeah, I just popped open and he hit me.
Just celebrating with him too, you know, well, I ignore that, but with him and Cliff, just what's it kind of like working with that dynamic, and you know, what does Kate Lee bring to the table for you guys to help the offense?
The questions about the quarterback should probably be directed to me.
Well, we've already asked you that. So, I guess for you, Coach, my next question is going to be: you got some former players who coach at high school level here, but you got Andy Thompson now playing or coaching at Sac State. Just what have you seen from him? You've seen him as a coordinator, but what do you think of the job he's done so far with the Hornets?
Yeah, Andy's gone from being a player for us to a good friend and colleague in coaching, and he's been doing a really nice job. We've spent time over the years in the off season talking ball at different points in time, and he's got Craig on his staff who knows us pretty intimately too. So these guys do a great job, and there's a reason why they're winning games. They know what they're doing.
And then I know competing against him and competing in the same league, but is it kind of fun seeing guys that you coach, kind of make their way up these ranks as well?
Well, thank goodness he's the only one that's a head coach, because there's a lot of years go by. But Andy's done a good job. It's always fun to see guys, whether it's coaching high school football or coaching at the collegiate level, that have been part of our program, and watching what part of how we do business they take with them, and you can see a lot of that. You can also see a lot of what they did at NAU, and what Andy does and how they approach things with Coach Sowers.
For the players, Junior, start with you. Favorite Halloween candy?
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. Okay. Do you have? What about? Is there one that's overrated or one that you don't like?
Overrated?
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm not a big candy guy, but
Okay.
I'd say just the Kit Kat's the only thing I really like.
And then, do we like haunted houses and like getting scared or that kind of stuff, or no?
Yeah, we went, like me and a couple of the guys on the team, we went to the haunted house out there, wherever that's at. I don't know. We went out there though, and it was pretty cool.
Braxton, what about for you?
I'm not a big candy guy, but I would say my favorite is Reese's, and then most overrated is probably candy corn. I'm not a big candy corn guy. I don't really like being scared, so I don't know. I haven't been to any of the haunted houses or anything like that.
Anybody else? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.